The snipers, I made 69,000 euros on gold. Of course, I'm trading with real money. I've been trading with real money for 10 years. I'm showing you my results. Nobody else does that. Shows you the trade. Well, it's a sniper trade. You know what I mean? We're not here to mess around. This gets things done. Obviously, 70,000 can buy you a nice little watch. I think in this video, that money's going to buy a watch, snipers. I'm going to show you how I made 70,000 on gold. Calm down because I can already see you getting upset in the comments. I'm going to explain to you from A to Z the strategy that allowed me to make this trade. In BlackRock, only the members, the real BlackRock snipers, were able to cash in directly. And as for me, I was able to take a lot of pips, about 5,000 micro pips. In this video, I'm going to show you the strategy that allowed me to pull off this feat. You'll quickly see that I wasn't able to catch the entire move, but there's no problem with being greedy, etc. We're going to look at this directly with a strategy that's well known on the channel because I explain it. In the jackpot strategy, there's also money code. It's always the same weapons. We always have the same weapons to fight the same war, and that's how you win in the long run. I don't see why it wouldn't work, etc. Well, that's how we wage war. We always do it that way. With the same weapon, we simply optimize the weapons we have little by little in a perpetual way. What we're going to do is go directly to my computer. We're going to look at things head on. Calm down, PNGs. You'll see that I've talked a lot about this strategy on the channel. It has been heavily criticized in the past by the PNGs, but we know that PNGs don't make money, especially not on gold. They call me the gold, and you'll understand why. Because gold is the hardest pair to trade since it's extremely volatile. So right away, here we are on my computer. These are the coordinates, this is my entry, and this is my TP, my exit, and that's simply all together. Let's plot them. So first we were at 1980, so I entered at 1980.35. So I entered here, I exited here. So right now, I'm on the H4 time frame. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see that you already know the strategy. It's always with the same technical or chemical analysis. We don't change our flagship approach. You follow the latest fads, the trends, SMC. On Monday, on Tuesday, it's the wolf wave. On Wednesday, it's shark patterns, and so on. All of that is crap. Stick to solid foundations. Don't reinvent the wheel. And a bridge is always built on the same solid foundations. So what I did is, first of all, the underlying trend is bullish. Here, we have an initial push, then a correction, then another push. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is first draw my supports and resistances. The first thing I do is draw my support line. How do you draw a support? Boom. Here, I see that it touches my resistance once. Then it's broken, so resistance becomes support. And here you see that it touched once for the first time, so that means when it gets here, let's imagine all of this doesn't exist yet. When it gets here, I already have a first confirmation telling me it looks bullish, it feels like something's about to happen. Then I'm not going to position myself here to catch all of this. I'm going to position myself here, but how do I do it? We're going to let the first push happen. For me, my second confirmation will be the break of the cloud. Here you see the price breaks through the cloud. We're on the H4 time frame, so the signals are less repetitive and the signals are of higher quality. If you're on the M15 time frame, the signals will be all over the place. So what we do is, for the second confirmation, the price breaks through the cloud. And then thirdly, what we do is right here, there's a resistance. So I've already drawn it in. We can see that the price touched it once. We can see that the price touched it a second time. Finally, it tried to touch it and then moved away. So I know that if it starts to bounce here, we're going to try to reach this resistance. So for the second confirmation, I'm not going to enter here. I'm not going to enter here either. I'm going to wait for the push and then wait for the correction. Always buy at the lowest point and sell at the highest. That means near the supports and resistances. That's what it means. A lot of people say it without understanding, but that's what it means. Here, what do I see? I see a flat area on the Ichimoku. You see the Ichimoku, the cloud is flat. That's a resistance. That's a support. Here, it's a resistance. Here, it's a support. Resistance becomes support. Support becomes resistance. So here we see that the price touched it once, a second time, a third time. You see once, twice, three times, and so on. We can see that here it hits a barrier. We see here that it tests, it retests. And we see that here it bounces. So I have my low, which is getting higher and higher. So right there, boom, for me, we've confirmed the new trend. All right, my high, which keeps getting higher. So we've confirmed the second trend again. We've confirmed the bullish trend again. So that's the third confirmation. I'm going to position myself here. The next step is to aim for the resistance. So my first take profit, I'll set it here. right? That already gives me 2,600 micropips, which isn't bad, but gold usually pays well. We can see that the price hits my resistance for the first time. Retracement. If my low keeps getting higher here, that's fine. But if it had done this, boom, if it had tested, and if my next low kept getting lower and lower, I would have exited the trade with a profit. I would have exited the trade because, as Dow theory says, that signals a trend, a downtrend. But that's not what happened. What did it do? It went straight back to retest my resistance and broke right through it. So at that point, you could take the rest of the profit. It's as simple as that. Snipers, we start from here. The take profit is here, so we made 5,000 micropips. A lot of people would say, yeah, but damn, you missed out. You missed out on the 16,000, etc. Because indeed, you can see that the price went even higher. Not shown here, but in BR, we leveraged gold's continuation. This is just one trade. It pays well and we're not going to complain. But getting out of this trade already helps you avoid greed. It helps you avoid everything that makes you lose. In reality, greed, denial, and so on. Because if you're stuck on a trade, the trade turns against you. That's denial. I love it when people tell me, yeah, psychology doesn't matter to me, I'm 95% technical. You're actually 95% a fool, because being 95% technical doesn't mean anything. What does that even mean? 2.5 is money management, that's 2.5 is psychology. Psychology is 90%. Those who say otherwise aren't traders. They're fools. The guy shops at DP. Okay, that's crap. Psychology here is very important because if you notice, all we've done is wait. First thing, we wait. If we draw the support, we draw the resistances. First step, we wait. Second step, we wait again for the break of the cloud. That's psychology, sticking to your plan. We fight the war, but in war, you can't just grab a gun and run toward the trenches, toward the enemy. You'll get taken out by the first sniper you come across. What you do is move forward little by little. When you take a position in a war scenario or in a war zone, it's done gradually. You take it zone by zone, it's all about strategy. Mentally, that's why a soldier has to listen, has to be very disciplined. Second, you wait for the breakout. Third, you wait for the pullback. And finally, you can enter. That means our trading plan has 3 steps, being sure of the trend. This trade was executed, is doable because we followed the trend. We're on semis that want it because we're on the H4 time frame. But we're sure of the trend, which should be 95% technical, etc. 95% lose because you have 0. Psychology. It follows its trading plan, it respects its trading journal, it follows the trend. Why? Because counter trends are terrible. It does a lot of things. But above all, it's not without psychology. If you don't have psychology, then you could be 400% technical. You won't do anything. Saying I'm 95% technical is like saying I'm Ben Arfa. You have 95% dribbling, but you have 0 teamwork, 0 passing. So you end up with a wasted career. Whereas being good in all aspects, especially in psychology, is what will allow you to train hard, and also to be ready for dribbling, free kicks, and so on. Psychology takes you into a world where you have to be complete to succeed. 95% technical? Shut up, you're bad. Bad. And you're a loser. That's the reason why. Why psychology? It's the most important because it's the hardest. Psychology is about questioning yourself every day. It's long, it's tedious, it's annoying. Looking at yourself in the mirror, doing introspection, telling yourself, there, I messed up, what can I improve? There, I won, what can I improve? That's it. And you acquire that through discipline. What is discipline? Sniper psychology. So there you have it. It's really as simple as that. First step, second step, third step. And then you enjoy yourself, you position yourself here, and you ride the entire bullish move. The trade itself isn't anything crazy. We know we're in an uptrend. We don't have any drawdown. I might delete this. So it was here and here. We're in an uptrend. The Ichimoku, you can see here, it changes color. Here it bounces off the flat part of the Ichimoku. And then it moves upward. So we captured all of this. There's nothing crazy about it. We got stuck at the resistance here. And there you go. Then if I draw a trend line, it forms a wedge, etc. It makes a pennant, it makes a flag, and boom. We set take profits mainly to avoid greed because some people would have panicked and so on. And above all, if we missed this, which isn't our case, but in this situation we might ask ourselves, did we miss it or not? If we missed it, it's not a big deal. The what ifs, the oh, I could have, the I should have, the if only I had known, you can conjugate all those damn verbs in all the damn tenses. Denial and greed are what you need to avoid. The spirit of revenge, greed, you avoid them. It's not, if only I had known, it's, did you take it? Yes. You didn't take it? No. That's it, that's all. There's no, but damn, I should have taken it. Instead of making 16,000 micro pips, I only made 5, etc. Me, I don't think like that. The market is always right. Maybe you would have taken all of this. You would have done all that at once and gotten burned, and then you would have complained, etc. So no, if ifs were saws, we'd replant the trees we cut down. So no, we didn't take it. Yes, we took it. No, whatever. We take what we can and get out of the market. A soldier doesn't tell himself he's going to besiege a city all at once. He does it step by step, district by district, neighborhood by neighborhood. When in American Sniper, they want to storm the city, etc. Well, they go neighborhood by neighborhood. They respect the sensitive areas, etc. And they move forward little by little, brick by brick. That's the mentality of a real sniper. Now, if you say to yourself, oh no, I could have taken everything, etc., you have the mentality of a kamikaze. That means you think you're the hero and you go charging into the city, gun in hand. You're going to get shot by the first sniper from the opposing team who comes along, and that's it. We move forward little by little, brick by brick. We advance zone by zone. If we take it, that's good. If we don't, too bad. There are opportunities every day. I've been in the game for a long time, and I can tell you that there are opportunities like that. There have been, there are, and there will be. So don't get greedy. That's the most important thing. Because a lot of people in BR, we aim right, but there are many who tell me, yeah, in the end, the trade, etc., I didn't validate it, I didn't confirm it, I moved my TPs, etc. Why? Because it's fucking greed. Because you think you can make more. That's the problem when you're poor. When you're rich, you don't think about being able to make more. You think you can make it and walk away. And actually, an empire isn't built in 2 weeks. It's built brick by brick. The difference is when you're poor, you get excited about making money. When you're rich and you already have money, you know you have to do it. Brick by brick over a period of time, over a given time frame. It's the same here. It's the same principle. We're just waiting for it to break out. Here, there's a support, an upward trend, and then we'll eat all that, etc. You can use the Ichimoku to help you. I explain the Ichimoku in depth in Jackpot Strategy if you're interested. I also explain technical analysis in Money Code if you want that as well. I explain everything. You use both. Many people will tell you, you see, with the Ichimoku, there's the Tenkan, the Chiku span, the lagging span. That's your life right there. That means in Jackpot Strategy, there's a strategy using the 3 moving averages because they're moving averages. Well, the lagging span is something else. It's a volatility indicator. But here we're just using the Ichimoku for the trend. The Ichimoku isn't an all-in-one, and it's not the one that will the most overloaded charts. It's about using an indicator in different possible situations. A strategy too, it's hard to use it in every market phase. That's why you either have several strategies or you have just one strategy depending on what you want to trade. Here the indicator, the Ichimoku, is what we're using for the trend indicator, not the volatility indicator, for example. So I'm not going to include the lagging span. You get it? It's the same for a strategy. We trade the trend. So our strategy is suited to trending markets, not to consolidation zones that maybe some scalpers like to trade. They want to trade those. I see that you don't understand this. When I read your comments, I think you don't understand a word of what you're saying, but just know this, when you're a broker, you listen to the people who are making money. If you are looking for my track record, it's in BlackRock, along with my results and the results of others. That way, at least you know where you stand, and don't talk to me about my fake C-book. No one has had that since 2002. People need to stop bothering everyone about it. The track record can be faked. Me, I don't fake anything. I just put up the results of the other snipers like that. You know, whether we made money, whether we didn't make money, etc. We have a 95% success rate in BR. We're by far the best in the game. Why? Because we're real sniper teams. We don't have the SMC, etc. The SMC is nice, but still, it's just a trend. So stick to solid foundations, technical analysis, and so on. Stop listening to the wolves of Zanzibar and the rest. Focus on what's essential. Ichimoku, technical analysis. That's enough to make money in trading. Trading is simple. People love to make it more complicated. A real sniper knows when to shoot, wait, act, and aim. That's what defines a true sniper. Alright, that's it for this video. Snipers, we're already reaching the end of this video. I know, we're giving you liquid gold here. This trade was taken directly on BlackRock, where I send my daily signals. I invite you to join if you want to see the profits we're making. This trade was made thanks to the kind participation of my genius brain, my triple-digit IQ. I explain the strategy to you, and I invite you to review it. If you don't understand it, or if you don't want to understand it, which is another matter, I invite you to leave this video right now. Only a true sniper will understand this strategy, which is as simple as saying hello, because we use the trend like leverage. Understand this, snipers. A lot of people talk, a lot of people try to trade on M1 or M5, you're trying to complicate a field that isn't complicated. The only thing that's complex is your damn emotions that you can't control. Me, I'm 95% technical. You're mostly 95% broke because you can't control your emotions. That's the hardest part, because with emotions, you'll have to look in the mirror to try to master them. If you're interested in psychology, I invite you to check out my channel. There are a lot of videos. I'm the only one talking about it because I'm the only one actually trading in this damn game. I invite you, go to my Telegram, where you'll find a lot of valuable content that will also help you complement this video. See you very soon, snipers. Real snipers do real things. Real snipers never die. Real snipers get things done while NPCs cry. That's a fact. That was Gold speaking. Boom.